welcome. You're watching All About the W, your weekly deep dive into the WSL star stories and standard performances. Let's break it all down. My name is Ash, and as always, I'm joined by my wonderful co-host Kai. Um, uh, Recently, we recorded our WSL quiz. If you want to know how Kai did, Kai was the reigning champion from last year. So if you want to know who continues to be the reigning champion of our WSL quiz, make sure you go check out that episode. But today's episode is transfers. It's all about the transfers, all the fun transfers that we have to discuss. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, and if you are a regular viewer, make sure you like and comment and do all those wonderful things. Share the video if it's possible. Memberships are also open, as is a super thanks and all of those wonderful things. So show your support however you can. Okay, guy, transfers. I'm gonna get right into it because who has the time to wait? Um, I'm gonna start at the most controversial one, Katie McCabe. Uh,
I'm sorry, it's so funny because you just said who has the time to wait, and we're so late in doing this
yeah,
episode.
that's also true. Okay,
People have been waiting for weeks, but yes, yeah.
yeah,
Katie McCabe.
I mean, dare I say it, this channel is not the most prompt. It takes us 3 days after the WSL matches to post a WSL review. So, it's
Hey, no, let's not put ourselves down. I feel
yeah,
like we've just been traveling a bit, end of
yeah.
season,
Fair,
all
fair,
of
fair,
that has been happening. So the schedules have been absolutely insane.
fair.
But we're finally here.
Yes. We got McCabe, Katie McCabe, Kai. That's what all the Chelsea fans seem to be
Just
thinking.
don't think you understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a funny one because I was doing the live for the Man City Brighton FA Cup final,
Yeah.
and obviously like Man City win, Brighton lose. I'm a little disappointed. I'm like, fine, screw this. And then I opened my Twitter and it's like the news has broke that Chelsea is signing Katie McCabe, and I was like, it just kind of came out of nowhere a little bit because it seemed like City were gonna get her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the whole thing is really funny because I mean she's like she was a Chelsea fan growing up.
Yeah.
But the way Chelsea posted or the official announcement from Chelsea was also there was a lot of shithousery there
Yeah.
with uh, having that bit of Katie McCabe chanting "We've got McCabe" from
Yeah.
their Champions League parade, which I thought was really funny.
Oh,
And
I
I
hate
thought
that
the red
parade.
light turning to blue light was very dramatic. I mean, honestly, initially I was just so confused by it. But then I kind of like set my emotions aside a little bit and I really thought about like what this means for Chelsea. And I think it's a really good bit of business because I think Chelsea outbid City, I think, in terms of salaries. Of course, it's a free transfer, but I think maybe Chelsea offered a better salary. And I mean, we've got word. Not even that we've got word. Basically, Man City website. If you go to their club shop, uh, you can customize your kit. You can put players' names like on the back of your kit, and you can already see Neve Charles 21 there.
Yeah.
So they've basically accidentally leaked it. So Neve Charles going to City and McCabe coming to Chelsea. Um, I think for me, it feels like an upgrade. I know McCabe is 31 now. Actually, I think she just turned 31. But listen, we put her in our WSL team of the season. She
Yeah.
had a really solid season. Um, and Chelsea have been like crying for a left-footed left back for quite some time now, and we finally have that. So I'm not really mad about this one. There are obvious places in which McCabe lacks. I think for me, the biggest one is probably her speed. I think her defensive abilities are okay, but yeah, I think she's a solid addition to the squad, especially considering, you know, like we do have a bunch of fullbacks. Like for example, somebody like a Chloe Savi, she looks like she can be ready to play for the first team regularly, maybe in like 2 years' time. So if we can have McCabe hold that spot down and maybe take Sarvi under her wing. Um, I think it's a good transfer. Like this is just like purely from like a footballing
Yeah,
perspective,
also like I
and
think it's just the dearth of left backs. Like if I think if there had been better left back options or more plentiful left back options, maybe Chelsea wouldn't be looking at a free transfer for McCabe and be looking towards the future for like 10 years or whatever. But like in this scenario when there's a dearth, you wait until there isn't a dearth, right? So I think that
yeah,
this is a good stopgap as well.
yeah, absolutely. And I think she does have a lot more to give. That's for sure. I am personally like I have not really been high on McCabe in the last 2 or 3 years. You know how much I resisted
Yeah.
putting her in the team this season because I wanted to put a right back and left back. Like
Yeah.
I am a supporter of like a Sonia Bopasar team after all. Like
Yeah.
things are off on you. No, but yeah, not really hot on McCabe, but largely because of disciplinary issues, and we've seen obviously some of that this season as well. But yeah, I mean, she's a senior player. One can only hope she can, sort of keep her head and do a job.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, do a job, not get sent off every 3 games or whatever. I mean,
yeah.
she's got sent off only once
Yeah,
apparently,
yeah,
but
yeah.
anyway, it's a solid signing. I think it's a solid bit of business from Chelsea. I'm not mad about it. No.
Yeah. Okay, Kai. Moving on. An interesting signing, I would say, for City. Beth Mead. Did you expect this one? For me, like, I can understand it kinda, but like for me, it just feels a little bit unambitious. I don't know. It just feels very like
Hmm.
blah. You know, she's 31 years old. And she still, to be fair, like she still has, she may not be the fastest, but she is always like she's technically gifted. She's mostly accurate.
Yeah. I mean, I
There
think
are
fortunately for
important.
Beth Mead, I don't think she's ever been the fastest.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
like, which means like, technical quality is something she's probably had to work on, especially as like like a winger, which is her position now. But yeah, I mean, tell me more about your thoughts, like why you think it's unambitious.
I just feel like, City have just won uh, the WSL. They have to kick on now to like have a good Champions League campaign. Ideally, like that would be what I would be looking to do. And they already have, like I'm not. They obviously have quality forwards, but uh, some of their forwards are already like on the older side. Like if you look at Miedema, or if you look at Bunny Shaw, they're not like super young or anything. I would and they have players like Fujino etc. who they're developing, who are that profile of player. I feel like they could have gotten someone in the middle who was like 25, 26, would have stood them for like a good 4 5 years. And like they didn't,
Hmm.
it's not like they didn't have the money to do it. I feel like this feels like a lazy signing. It's like, oh, Beth Mead is there, let's just get her, you know?
Yeah, I think like I understand where you're coming from, but when I saw the signing, like my instant thought was like how well Mead and Miedema can link up.
Yeah,
Listen, Beth Mead is still has the highest number of assists in the WSL. She has hit nowhere near the form she was pre ACL.
yeah,
She was, I mean, that season where England won the Euros, she had an incredible season, right? And then she obviously ruptures her ACL, and then it's just not been good. But from a City perspective, even if she doesn't hit those levels, right, which we can't predict those things, right? I think what is interesting is that she has Champions League experience.
yeah,
Like the profile of player you're talking about is Carolyn. Like she's
yeah,
27, I think, right? So there's Fujino young, Carolyn who's at her peak, and Mead who has maybe 4 or 5 years left in her career. I think what Mead probably offers is that like she's a Champions League winner. She's won the league. She's won everything pretty much with Arsenal. So I don't know if I don't know if I'll call it a lazy signing, but I do think it's a slightly risky signing. Um, But at the same time, the fact that you have Fujino and you have Carolyn, like my prediction fully is that Mead is going to be second choice for that right wing position. She's
Yeah.
gonna like go ahead of Carolyn, I think. Personally, that's my opinion. You know how much I rate Carolyn, but yeah, I think it's a decent signing. So like I completely see your perspective, but I also feel like there's this side to it
Do you
as
think
well
she could play on the
potentially.
other side?
Mead can play on the left wing. So I think left wing, they have Murphy, who's not played much this season. So we'll have to wait and see what that looks like. Hemp is, I mean, honestly, every time I look at Lauren Hemp's age, it blows my mind
Yeah.
because she's been around forever and
And
she's
she's still
25 years old.
fast as well. Like,
Yeah, she's 25 years old. It's insane how young she is. She's been around for so long. I feel like she's at least, in
yeah,
my
yeah.
head,
In my
Hemp is
head,
like
she's like
29.
30. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's yeah, I think Mead can play on the left hand
I
side as
would have
well.
gotten
So
somebody on the other side because you already have like Fujino and Carolyn and Bene as well to some extent. I think can play as a winger.
yeah,
So I feel
true.
like they should have gotten someone who was playing on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. I mean, maybe Mead is thought of as somebody who can play on both sides.
Yeah,
Like
possibly.
she can play on the left wing. But yeah, I mean, I think listen, the transfer window is literally just opened. I
Yeah,
would be shocked if City don't sign like another winger
yeah,
and
yeah.
like a bunch of defenders that they do
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
sign.
Especially if they're in the
Uh,
now they have to play like every 3 days. So
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Okay, Ash, let's maybe look at uh, another, like, I mean, I guess things that you will be really excited to talk about. Spurs, Martin Ho is Martin Hoing massively. All right. It's blowing my mind.
you know
The
what he's
pull
doing? He's
this
Martinez
yeah,
hoeing.
he's Martin.
Okay, I
Okay.
mean that came out wrong.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Everybody just unhear it again.
Unhear that. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, no, but Ash, I mean, it's blowing my mind the kind of pull this man has, and the project has, right? Talk about all of the signings. There is Martinez, there is Hansen, two big ones,
Yeah.
and and suddenly, like the Beth England decision makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it to me it always like I understood, because he made a comment in like just at the end of the season where he was like our transfers are lined up or we know who we want or something along those lines. I can't quite remember what he said, but he said something along the lines of we're just waiting for the season to, like, it was to the effect of we are waiting for the window to open, we have it all set, you know
Fair.
and I feel like there is some truth to that because you saw how fast like all these three came in, like Dijkstra and Martinez, as well as Hansen, not so quick but like quick enough, and like free transfers. So I just feel like he already had some sense with when he made that list and got rid of all so many of the players, including Beth England. I feel like he already had a sense that this was going to happen. So and in that sort of like this thing, I see it as a good move. I'm just a little bit worried, honestly, with the Martinez transfer in terms of Tandberg and Martinez.
Hmm.
Like uh, it's really I'm very like pro competition. I want like my like strikers to compete, but I'm also a little bit worried that they might offer some of the same things,
Right.
like in terms of good in the air, equally fast. I feel like I just feel like if you were going for a striker, maybe there was a chance to look for a slightly zippier one instead. But
Hmm.
maybe Kirsty Hansen is that. I like
Hmm.
I'm worried who is a winger and who is a striker here. Like who plays on the wing, who plays like Kirsty Hansen, for example. Are we using Kirsty Hansen as another striker? Do we have three strikers in our forward line? Or are we
I mean,
using
Hansen can play on
on
the
the
left
wing?
wing, I
Yeah,
think.
I feel like
She's a winger. Yeah.
I feel like in that sense, I'm just a little bit worried that it'll mess with the balance. But we also had to like replace our Chelsea Wonder Girl. Micah Hamano. So it comes at a good time. I had wished Hamano would stay, but it hasn't happened. We haven't heard anything, so I don't think it's happening.
Yeah.
Um, so in my head, these transfers make sense, and I also feel they make sense age wise. Like Martinez is 24, and what do you call it? Kirsty Hansen is 27, and I feel like they're more like prime level players, and that's
Right.
important because Gobset is so young, and like uh, until now, like Hamano was playing and Gobset was playing, and they're all like slightly kacha players, and Koga, and like it's like there's not totally fully formed players while they're very
Raw
talented.
player.
Yeah,
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 Katsa
yeah. In
is
my head,
raw
I was
player.
like raw. Yes, I was trying to translate in my head, and I was like, what is the correct translation? Yeah,
Yeah.
raw. Yeah, they're a little bit raw. Like they're super talented, huge like aptitude for the game, reading of the game, everything, technical skill. They have all of it. But I I also like require somebody who has the sense to like take the ball to the corner in the 90th minute and keep it there. And
Right.
I
Yeah.
like in my head neither Holt nor Gobset nor Tandberg maybe have that inclination. So and I feel like
I like Holt and Gobset especially give me this energy, and this is like not to infantilize them
yeah,
in
yeah,
any
yeah.
way, but they give me this energy of people who are just like magnetically attracted to the goal.
Yeah.
They're just like taking the ball and just like running, heading straight
Yeah.
to goal.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
and
like they know nothing else.
yeah, exactly. I mean, if they see an opportunity, they go for it. Like, and if they see a challenge to take on a player, they go for it. And like I've
Yeah.
seen sometimes, I love the way Holt like does like little nutmegs and like cool tricks and stuff. It's wonderful to watch. But sometimes when you have three players in front of you, you have to just be like, okay, three is too many, you know.
Yeah. Maybe this is a time to check back.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like in that sense it's nice to have a little bit of like experience sort of undergirding that team. uh, and like with Dijkstra as well, I feel like some defenses is coming in as well, so it's good, especially because we don't know what form Hunt comes back in.
Right.
Hunt had one good season, but we don't know if that was just a fluke or if Hunt is actually a good defender in a bad system originally.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um
That's fair. I think I am really curious to see how Dijkstra does in the
yeah,
WSL because I've seen her play. I mean, we have seen her play for Wolfsburg,
yeah,
but also like for the Netherlands. And
yeah,
I think she's been in and out of the team a little bit now. She's become a starter for the Netherlands,
yeah,
kind of. So, um, yeah, I think she's like a yeah, she's just like a very reliable defender, like a brick
yeah,
wall
yeah, yeah,
energy is what I
yeah,
get, but I'm not really
yeah.
sure.
Oh,
We'll
sorry.
have to wait and see.
Another thing I forgot to mention is we needed speed. Hansen is really important for us because we were looking a little
Mhm.
bit slow, honestly. Like, we were like really technically competent, but if you're doing it very slowly, you can be stopped very easily. And I feel like the profile of Hansen was not present in our team. Nas was supposed to be that profile, but Nas has been injured
Mhm.
most of last year, and we really don't know what Nas is coming back anyway.
Yeah,
And we actually don't even know if Nas will live up because its time potential has to translate into like Nas is now a senior player, like
true, true.
uh
She's what, 25, 26?
yeah, I
I'm
think
sure.
so. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I just feel like in that sense, Hansen was also much needed in terms of like making things less stale, giving us another way to like unlock an opposition. So,
Yeah.
in that sense, I'm really happy to have Hansen for that as well. And I don't need her to have a purple. Like people are like, oh, it was a purple patch season, purple patch season. I don't need her to have a purple patch season. Like if I don't know, she scored like some 30, 34 goals last season. If she scores even 10 goals this season, like if she scores 10 goals this season, sorry, not 34 goals. 34 goals is what Spurs let in and she scored 4 of them. Never mind.
And
Whatever.
13 goals. She
Yeah,
scored
13,
13 goals,
13
I
goals.
think.
Like if she scores, leave 10. Like even if she scores 5 or 6 against the big opposition, like where teams that give us space, Brighton, Liverpool, all the top three, and in some cases United. No, actually,
Hmm.
United, take United out of that list. These
Mhm.
five teams will definitely, and maybe Villa. These teams will
Yeah.
definitely give us space. And I feel like against these teams, if she scores, like at least four against four of these six teams, that is enough for us. We don't need her to
But you know,
score a lot of goals.
I feel like if Hansen is not going to play centrally, like for me, the season that we can sort of look back to is a season where I think Rachel Daly won the Golden Boot,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
where Hansen had like a bunch of
That
assists. Like I
was
think she
3 years ago, 4 years ago now.
yeah, 15 assists or something like that.
Yeah.
Like she had like a bunch of assists. So like I feel like okay, if your role is to like be out
Provide.
wide on the left hand side, then yeah, I mean if she's giving you like say 5 goals and about 10 assists, that's like that's
That
an
is
insane side.
exceptional. I would be happy
Yeah.
with like 10 GA total.
5 goals. Yeah, yeah, five
Like,
goals, 5 assists. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because like honestly speaking, we have a lot of goal scorers. All we need to do is divide amongst them. Like,
Hmm.
because even like all the way back to Koga, we score goals. So it's like goal scoring, like Blackstad, who's a fullback, scores goals. Morris, who's a fullback, will score goals. Koga, who's a centre back, scores goals. Definitely the midfield will all score goals. Gopset scores
Yeah.
goals, Holt scores goals. Spence also, Samanin will do free kicks, and Spence also scores goals. So it's like everybody in our team scores. I don't
Yeah.
have to worry about that. So I just need her to like give me good, like provide good opportunities and score like a few. So 10 GA is exceptional in that scenario.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, Ash.
Sorry, I went on for a
Okay,
bit.
so
Um,
no, no, it's okay. It's okay. Because we were talking about 3 transfers,
yeah,
and it's your team, and it's our channel. We get to talk about our teams for as long as we want. Okay, Ash. Okay. Before we move on to um, the next one, which is we're going to talk about Mary Earps, guys. I am curious to hear your thoughts on like West Ham have let a bunch of people go. I don't think any of those really surprised me,
yeah.
any of those outgoings. But what do you make of Villa? Because I mean, they've just let their player of the season go to potentially a rival, right? As in like a rival, as in like somebody who they're competing with in
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
middle
yeah,
of the
yeah,
pack.
yeah. No, yeah,
Um,
rival for sure. Yeah,
yeah. So, like, what do you make of Villa? Because, they have let a bunch of players go. Like, for example, Ebony Salmon. It didn't bother me too much because
yeah,
I don't think she had a great season.
yeah,
D'Angelo's gone. Thomas is gone.
yeah, yeah. Gabby
Gabby
Nunes.
Nunes. I mean, she never really. She just
Yeah,
injury, injury, injury. She barely played.
yeah.
So, I mean, do you expect a big season, big summer window incoming for Villa?
You know, with Hansen, I have a feeling it wasn't a case of Villa wanting to let Hansen go, but more of a case of Hansen wanting to move on to bigger things while she still had the age in her. As in, you're 27, right? 27, this is when the peak time to move if you want to move on to bigger and better things.
Yeah,
So it's possible that Hansen just felt like Spurs was a better fit, or that Spurs was
yeah,
playing more exciting football, or whatever it is, or had more chance of like it remains to be seen. Next season, Spurs could be 12th and Villa could be 7th, 6th, whatever. Like these things are
yeah.
very up and down in the WSL. But for whatever reason, I think Hansen felt like Villa was not the future. But
Hmm.
the others, I feel like there was definitely a necessity for a rebuild at Villa, and maybe there is some uh, like some level of rebuild happening, because now chose to stick with Arroyo, right? Like, uh,
Hmm.
it wasn't like last year's performance was potentially sackable. It wasn't
Yeah, they did finish very strong though. They
yeah.
finished seventh on the table.
True,
Um,
but like there
yeah,
were points in that season where people were like, "Is Arroyo in trouble?
true,
Is Arroyo in trouble?" Like
true.
they were. I
Yeah.
think it was. I remember the Spurs after the Spurs game. I think they beat Liverpool, and after that they had like a string of losses. It was like big
Hmm.
losses also.
Yeah.
Like after December. So like I can understand if you have put now faith in Arroyo, they'd just be like, okay, next season we start over, we start from scratch, let's just rebuild. But my only thing is, they've only had like this one in Macaulay, so from
Yeah,
Rangers. So I don't like, maybe they're putting people out first so they can make money for the people coming in, like, have money
yeah.
for the people coming in. But it remains to be seen. They also have renewed Georgia Mullet and Mary Taylor's contracts, so
Hmm.
that's great in March. So
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
they do have some
I mean,
potential for the future.
yeah, for sure. I am really curious to see what happens with both West Ham and Villa. They've let a bunch of players leave. And to be honest, when I look at the list, I'm not particularly bummed about the players. I mean, for example, Villa,
Yeah,
obviously, Villa would have, like you said, would have wanted to hold on to Kirsty Hansen, and it's
yeah,
probably like a move that she pushed for.
yeah.
And I'm looking at even like West Ham's outgoings, and I don't know. I just like, apart from Martinez, I don't think there's any player that I feel like really strongly
Yeah,
that,
also
oh,
like Martinez
they should
also
have.
didn't have like a fire-worthy performance in like last, like it was like Martinez had a great purple patch when she came into the WSL, but last season she was like all right. She wasn't like amazing or anything.
Yeah, but I feel like I feel like contributed
Yeah,
to West Ham's goals. I mean, it is interesting. I mean, she's 24-year-old, like a young
yeah.
striker who is good. Like, we know she's good, so I'm sure. Yeah, maybe they also are not too happy about the fact that she's left. Okay, so that's about West Ham. Obviously, we are going to talk in detail about all the transfers. Like, we'll do a proper roundup. But Ash,
But Kai, Mary
mm,
Earps to
mm,
LCL. LCL is going to buy everyone. Everyone's going to go to LCL. Mary Earps will go to LCL. And then, who knows, like, we could be recreating Barcelona at LCL at some point.
yeah, yeah. Uh, I mean, it's a funny one. I understand. Like, listen, at this point, LCL strategy does not surprise me anymore. Like,
Yeah.
we've seen this happen, like, from last season. For example, like a player like Rasquero was signed, and uh, well, and then I forgot that she existed. Although she played a lot, um, but yeah, I think um, it's. I think the strategy to me feels like, getting high quality players in, but also getting big names in to build a fan base. Like,
Yeah.
that's the energy I'm getting
Yeah.
from the strategy
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
of, and they do need to do that. They do need
Yeah.
to build a fan base. And if I'm bringing a Mary Earps helps with that, well and good, but it's a very confusing signing for
Yeah.
me
I have a
because,
question. Before you start, I have a question.
hmm,
What do you think happens if Mary Earps is bought in for the name, but because Lette had a good, decent season last year, they just continue playing with her?
I mean, I'm assuming they've had those conversations. Like, she's not going to sign a contract without some assure. I feel like, see, the thing is, I also feel like Mary Earps probably did not have like a great deal of bargaining power right now,
Yeah,
because PSG was shit. She was shit at PSG.
yeah,
So I don't know what, like, how much power she had
yeah,
sitting at the table.
yeah,
But that said, that is the bit that really confuses me, because other signings I understand. Like, you want to get Grace Gairo, Daniela Vanderdonk, and Alexia Putellas in the same midfield. Like, fine,
yeah, yeah,
because it's
yeah.
midfield.
Yeah, yeah. Also,
Goalkeeping is the single position.
potentially Alexia Putellas could be like a former, like a could get a Ballon d'Or this season, and it could be a Ballon d'Or player playing in an LCL midfield at fifth position. Like, that'd be mad to me.
Yeah, I mean, if Alexia comes, she starts.
Yeah. No, no, I know.
Yeah, but
I mean, fifth position as in like on the table. Like what? Like if
oh,
even
fifth
if
on the
yeah,
table.
like even if Alexia is not like a Alexia is not magic, right? You don't become second because Alexia plays for
Hmm.
you. Like
True, true.
I just feel uh like there's still time before you're second or first. Like the
Mhm.
ignominy of having a Ballon d'Or player in your midfield and being fifth or sixth to me just feels
Kang
wrong.
will be like, I'll go get the other Ballon d'Or midfielder, and next season Aitana will play for
That's what I was saying.
LCL.
I was like, they could recreate Barcelona and be like Bormati also, Putellas also.
Yeah, I think this is a bit that really confuses me, right? Like, if this season, I mean, maybe I'll talk about when we talk about Alexia,
Yeah,
but goalkeeping is a single position,
yeah,
and Lette has done incredibly well this season.
yeah,
I think she's really stepped up, and she's been and they've renewed her as well till 2028.
yeah,
And now Mary Earps is also signed with LCL, and now I'm like, oh, what is this going to look like? And maybe, hopefully, the conversation has been that there is going to be a healthy competition between the two of them.
yeah,
And I see a very real possibility that maybe Earp starts, and like 5 weeks in, Lette sort of starts, over Earps. Like those, if those possibilities are there,
yeah.
then I'm assuming because I mean, why would Lette sign a contract till 2028
No,
if
I also feel like if I was being honest myself as a football manager, and this is a team that wants to, like, Eder Maestre has been brought in to make them play like, total football, tiki taka football, like all those sort of things, right? That's the team they want to be, supposedly. Do you want that team to have Mary Earps as your goalkeeper? And the answer,
dude,
and this Mary Earps at this age, I would like immediately say no. Like, that's my first instinct is no way. And especially when you have Lette, who's decent, like with her feet as well, and quick on the like release. So I just
yeah.
feel like it. To me, if I was being honest with myself as a football manager, I would start Lette in the league and put Earps in the cups.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I feel like we'll see those things happen. I am really curious to see how this plays out because, I mean, Mary Earps famously does not like to sit on the bench anymore.
Yeah, that's my point.
As we've seen,
I'm
yeah,
like, this is
but
just high drama. Nobody has, you're saying these conversations happen. I feel like nobody has had these conversations. Herb just believes that because she's so big, she will obviously start over an unknown person like Lette. And they just believe that they're getting a big name, so they'll get lots of fans. No, and they'll get lots of money. Nobody is thinking about the football. In my head, nobody's
2 weeks in, it's going to be like an
chaos.
athletic hit piece on
Yeah.
the on the LCL dressing room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a really really confusing one. I mean, Mary Earps with her feet. You make an excellent point because Mary Earps with her feet is one of the funniest things in the world.
Yeah.
And I think maybe we can talk a little bit about Alexia as well here. This whole thing of building a team like an all-star team by the looks of it. I think if the previous season has taught us anything, it's gonna take time for something like this to sort of fructify. Uh, will Alexia coming in change the midfield? I think massively. I feel like people sort of uh, I don't know, the conversations that I've seen. I feel like people really underestimate the impact she can have. Somebody like somebody with her mentality, her leadership, um, and I mean just sheer quality.
Yeah, and
I
sometimes just
feel like
having a big player ups everyone else's game.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, and I feel like she is capable of single-handedly pushing LCL a couple of spots up the table. So I mean, listen, the signing has not yet happened,
Yeah.
and of course, I think another rumor is that Mapi Leon is also coming in. Who, I mean, if she comes in, Mary Earps won't have to play with her feet. Like Mapi
Yeah.
Leon will take care of it.
Yeah.
Maybe that is a strategy. But yeah, I mean, but as like maybe we can talk a little bit about Alexia. What do you think she's gonna add?
I mean, what do I think she could add everything, but like,
Everything.
but I really wonder. Alexia is being unfair, like you to herself. You have at like 2 or 3 years of Champions League football left in you. It doesn't even have to
Yeah.
be at Barcelona. It can be no. There is no team in the world you cannot walk into. You are the best midfielder in the world, and you are going to LCL like. I appreciate what LCL are building, okay, and full power to them if they manage to do it. But at this point, I feel like the Spurs midfield is also better than LCL. I just, I, but okay, if Alexia goes there, let's say it's Alexia goes, they announce it. Definitely think for LCL it's a huge win. I think if they can keep
Mm.
her fit, the WSL uh uh is slightly like, I don't know, creates more somehow creates more injuries in through the course of the season. I do not know why. It's a little bit rougher, I think, than the Spanish league. Um
Mm.
uh, if they can keep her fit, she's going to be an enormous, like, she's just going to teach them how to play the way Eden Meister wants them to play. Like
Yeah.
literally in terms of movements, in terms of patterns of play, like he doesn't need to tell her anything. He just needs to like point and say, do this. Like a
Yeah.
diagram, and she'll do it, you know.
Follow, everybody follow Alexia's lead.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
just sit on the
I
chair.
mean, like, and like, just to impress her because she's the best player in the world currently. People like one of the best, say. Um, People will also up their game and be like, okay, I need to perform at
Yeah.
this level to stay at this club. It increases
Yeah.
the standards of your club because you say that, like, this is the level of player we're buying, and they will sell me if I do not match this level. So I understand that from LCL's point of view. I mean, for LCL, I can only see positives. I can't see any positives in this for Alexia. I'm sorry. Like,
I'm sorry. Like people keep saying this, right? Like, and listen, there's a lot of politics around Kang and Kang money, and how this whole multi-club operation is evolving, and there's a lot of that to talk about. And maybe Ash and I will do an episode on that one of these days. But I mean, listen, this generation of footballers. This is my personal position on this. This generation of footballers, right? Like have grown up without making a lot of money.
yeah, fair.
That is a reality. Like I know Alexia is probably one of the highest paid
Yeah, yeah.
like women's
And she
footballers
has
in the
like
world.
brand endorsements and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, but still it is like I'm not saying it's no money,
yeah,
but I can't like fault her for like
taking the
taking the
payload
money when somebody,
at the end of
yeah,
her
like
career. Yeah,
yeah, she has like 2 3 good years left in her,
yeah, yeah.
and she's like, you know what, fuck that shit. I'll play with bums in London
But I
and
genuinely
take the
feel,
money.
I feel like she could have done that even a year or two down. Like, if she had played for any other like Champions League team, for a year or two, gotten it, like, done that, and then still LCL wanted her, she'd still be a big enough name. Because, like, this is a former Ballon d'Or winner. But after 2 years, it would have been former Ballon d'Or winner. But, like, she would still be one of the best in the world. Like, this is not a midfielder is not going to, like, she's not going to automatically devolve into like mid tier in 1 or 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, so that's another thing. That's what I'm curious to see. Like, if what she looks like playing with these players around her,
Yeah,
right? Obviously, like, I mean, with Barcelona, it's not just the quality; it's also
yeah,
a way of playing,
yeah,
right? They've all sort of grown up together, playing the same way at the academy, like most of them, and and every player who comes in is adapting to that. So I'm really curious to see how, like, what she looks like playing with a lot of those players who have like, I don't know, like hideous first starts and stuff like
oh
that.
yeah, oh my god, that'd be so funny. Like,
I can imagine like Alexia like playing, I don't know, at some crazy stadium at like um Crawley or something, right?
yeah,
And oh wait, I don't know if there'll be Crawley next season, but at Crawley, like seeing somebody's bad first touch and being
yeah,
like, why did I do this to myself?
yeah, yeah, fair,
um,
fair.
but yeah, for me, I think the money aspect, like for me, it makes sense. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Like I know a lot of people disagree with. Like I know you also clearly have like a slightly differing opinion from me. Like which is fair. Like you think she could have done this like 2 more years later. But yeah, I mean, it's such an interesting thing because I mean, you have one of the most famous, like people who don't even watch women's football.
no, I'll accept it
Um,
is.
yeah, if you ask for a name, they'll say Alexia.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what the WSL is getting. So, from like a PR, a
Yeah,
visibility
yeah, yeah,
perspective,
yeah.
it's great for the league.
Yeah, yeah. Also for our
Um,
channel, I'm sure more people watch the WSL, which means more people will watch commentary on the WSL. Subscribe,
oh,
like,
yeah.
share.
Wow. Wow. This is, and finally, we are sold. We're sold on Alexia Putellas moving to London City Lionesses, guys. Oh my God. This is so
Anyway,
funny.
on that note, subscribe, like, and share. That brings us to the end of our transfer video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you also look at the different ways you could support us, maybe through a super thanks. Um, it is the holidays, the summer holidays, but it is the season
Yeah.
to
Be
support,
generous.
to be generous. Yes. Anyway, we will see you soon with our next episode. But in the meanwhile, and we will keep you posted on other transfers. But in the meantime, make sure you check out our quiz episode. It's a really fun one. Bye bye.